Filming yourself is so weird. It kind of just, all of a sudden you're performing on a camera. That's not a very weird process, weird thing to do. How do people do this? How do people make movies? How do people make content? These chairs. Does anyone have a word to describe what it feels like when you spend a lot of time getting good at something and then you just don't want to do the thing anymore? Like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like when you spend years creatively motivated to create something or to learn a skill, right? So like, I'll give you an example. Used to do photography like all of the time. Like, spend hours going out, learning photography, shooting photography, doing things with friends, all different types. Spent years practicing it, getting good at it, trying different things, copying people online, doing my own original things. And then at a certain point, you kind of just like don't want to do it, but not because it's not exciting anymore. It's more like a, I don't know how to describe it. It's like you feel too good at it. Not too good, that sounds gloaty. I don't mean like you're the best at it or something. It's just like because it becomes easy, it no longer feels worth doing. Is there like a word for that? I hate the fact that it's like, oh, I really still like this art form, but I never have motivation to go and do it. Like, I can't tell you the last time that I've kind of like creatively gone out to go photographing things. I still have pictures from Italy that I've never opened from like 4 years ago. Italy, like the coolest place on earth. I used to go out and shoot and then come home and edit immediately, post on like Tumblr. And now I go out and I shoot and then things stay on my camera for like years at a time. And so I'm just trying to figure out, you know, what's the term for that? What's the term for being creatively frozen? I'm not stuck. It's not that I don't want to do it. It's just like, you spend a long time practicing something and getting gear. You know how you always do that thing where you're always like, man, if only I had that camera or that light or that, if only I had like one more item, then I would all of a sudden be better at something. And you start getting those items, you start using them, and then you have them, and then all of a sudden it's kind of just like, I don't want to do this anymore. And I don't mean that in like a quitting sense. I just mean it's like, yeah, I've acquired everything and things are easy and I know all the rules and how to break them. And now it just doesn't feel as rewarding to do it. What's the word for that? And then like other times, it just kind of feels like you gotta try to make something, you know? When you have like a creative block, you're not even really creatively blocked about anything in particular. You just kind of get frozen. Like, I was telling myself for a while, oh man, like once I have a week off, I'm gonna go learn a bunch of things and make a bunch of things. And it's been like, you know, 3 weeks off. I haven't made like anything. I made a 3D render of a spaghetti jar. That was pretty cool. I put fingerprints on the lid and everything. I did, it was pretty cool, but like, I haven't made like a thing that I want to make yet in a little while. And like, I don't know, this is kind of like, yeah, talking to a camera feels weird, but it's like therapy, but cheaper. Sometimes I think you just gotta say things, and then when you get them out, gets your creative juices flowing, gets you ready to make something, gets you wanting to try to do something. So, I figured next year I'll do more of these little check-in blog, documentary style things. You know, stand in a circle and look cold. I think this is good content. I think this is, you know, like crash out content that the internet needs. But yeah, I'm very curious to know if anyone else gets those like, gets that weird feeling where you work really hard to learn a bunch of skills. I'm sure this isn't creatives only. This is probably like an everybody problem, where it's exciting to learn everything, and then at a certain point, it stops being exciting and it just kind of starts to feel like work, which is weird because none of my work actually feels like work because I enjoy it. Even the boring stuff, I still have a lot of fun with, but I feel like I do this thing where, you know, I spent all these years doing photography and stuff, and I don't really get to shoot as much photography. And I'd like to, but it's not just photography. Like, I want to make like more videos and stuff, but then I end up just kind of sitting on the couch instead and not doing that. So sometimes you just have to take a tripod and go outside and be cold and then talk to it for a little bit. And maybe that'll make you feel better. And then if you really want to, you can post it on the internet and everyone can judge you for talking to a camera for clout. But you know, it's like therapy. I wish I was saying something important. Maybe I won't post it. Maybe I will. Who knows? But yeah, so if there's like a term for working hard on something and then not wanting to do it because it feels too easy. Can you tell me what that is so that I can stop feeling it? Wait, you're all the way down there. I can see it. I know where you are. It needs to be taller. But yeah, do I have anything else important to say about this topic? Let's see. Yeah, I think it's kind of cool doing a lot of creative work. It's not even burnout. Like, the term is definitely not burnout. It's not that I'm tired of what I'm doing. It just feels like there's less of a point to it sometimes. Or it's not even that, because I like it. So like, I think it's more of an issue where once something becomes easy to do, it doesn't feel like it's always worth doing, because I feel like I need to constantly be challenging myself to find some sort of self-worth in what I'm doing. So like, if I spend more time on something, in my brain it inherently becomes better, even though that's not necessarily true. Like, you can spend hours working on something and it could still be bad. So the time spent doesn't necessarily make it a better product. So, I don't know, kind of weird. Like, I think I want to go out and do more photography, more things that I want to do again, more video, spending a lot of time on like 3D work. But yeah, I think that like, I want to know what it's called when you feel like you've accomplished a lot, or you've become really knowledgeable about a subject, but then you don't want to do it because it doesn't feel like there's a point to doing it, or it's like diminishing returns, where the things that are more challenging are just exponentially challenging and don't necessarily yield better work. I kind of want to get back to just making basic things, even if they don't actually matter, because I feel like making something is better than making nothing, and done is better than perfect. And so I think I'm going to care a little bit less this year about being so technically correct, and I think I'm going to spend more time just doing things for the sake of doing them, and sharing them for the sake of sharing them, rather than just sitting on the couch and not getting anything done. Because I feel like I think of a lot of ideas, and then instead of actually doing them, I just think about them and I talk about them. It's not even like you get frozen from like a sense of like, oh, I can't do it. I think it's just that you have to like start the task sometimes. So yeah, I think that's important. What else? Yeah, I think it's like, it comes from a place from like, when you get good at something, it becomes easier. And that's good, because it means that you're more knowledgeable about the thing. But then when you're more knowledgeable about it, it doesn't make it as exciting, which is weird. I guess my excitement comes from learning. Oh, that's something else, is that for some reason, I have this weird thing where I'll work on something for like a long time, and then as soon as it's done, I feel like it's not good anymore. What's the word for that? Like, I'll spend hours putting something together, days or weeks, or work on a project, and then I'll share it, and the second that it's out, I don't want to look at it. Like, I'll tell people about it all the way up until when it's released, and as soon as it's released, I'm like, nah, I don't need to look at that anymore. I have no idea what that's called either. Does anyone else feel that? And it's not even like you're disappointed in it. Usually it's something that you're really proud of. But then as soon as it comes out, you're all of a sudden, your brain is like, no, I can't look at that now. You're like disappointed in it, or you're wishing, it's not even like if you could wish that you could make it better. Maybe then you just start catching flaws or seeing things that you could fix, but at that point it doesn't really matter. But it's not even that, because it's more of like oh, I'm really proud of it, but now that I can't work on it, I don't want to see it. I don't know. I feel like that's something. I don't know if there's a word for it, but that's definitely a thing. Yeah. So like being frozen and also like wanting to do more work. Both of those things would be cool. What else? Oh, I bought health insurance today. That sucked. So that's good. What else? This is just work stuff. This is just like therapy, really. Set up a camera and film. This is kind of cool. This is cheaper than therapy, I assume. I've never gone to therapy. But if I had gone to therapy, I feel like it would cost something. And this only cost me the cost of the wireless mics, the cost of the camera, the cost of the lens, the cost of the tripod, and paying rent to be able to use this backyard. So maybe it's the same cost as therapy. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, but I feel better. Did I say anything important in this video? I don't know, probably not, but we'll go edit it and maybe it'll be entertaining. And maybe I'll just look like a crazy person. I think one of the goals that I need to focus on is putting things out even if they're not good. So I think I'm gonna edit this and I'll probably post it and hope that maybe other creatives can identify with these feelings, and you can comment below and tell me what these things are called. And then I'll do more of these that are less depressing and more exciting and hopeful, and probably more informative. But, you know, I think this is a good place to start.